Bruh, make it make sense. Make it make sense. We ain't always got to be in agreement, but we can find some points of agreement. Make it make sense. I have always questioned the sense that it makes that Cain killed Abel, yet Cain then gained God's protection and was the only one to receive this mark from God, according to this Hebrew story. The only one to receive this mark from God that protected him, that said that if you were to harm this man, then your punishment will be 70 times. Or 7 times over. But this brother made it make sense to me. He made it make sense to me. I ain't never heard anybody explain it this way. So I got to give credit to that, and I got to admit that. What this man said in many more comments than just what you see here, this is just like the best part of it for me. He said, realize that Cain is the only guy that has ever been recorded to have received the mark of the Most High. It was because he did what he was supposed to do. He was unafraid, but so was Yahushua, and so was Gideon, but they still did what they were supposed to do. So what is he talking about? Well, you all know the story. It's always been explained in the doctrine that Abel gave his best, his first fruits, and that's why this bloodlusting God, liked his gifts over Cain's gift. But when Cain was disturbed, upset, angry, see the jealousy part, we still got a problem with why he this God accepts the blood gift, but not Cain's gift. But I understand what, so that part is still, but I understand what you were saying. See, my brother said that Cain brought this God gifts from the earth. Now, in the video that he was responding to, I brought up the fact that gifts from the earth, the vegetables, the fruits, are better for you than the meat, than the blood meat. Health-wise, mentally, energetically, spiritually, the fruits and vegetables are better for you. But yet this bloodlusting guy wanted the meat. But maybe this God realizes how wrong he was after he accepted the meat. Because as my man, John Williams explained, oh boy, he explained how that Cain knew that giving from the earth was better than killing the innocent animals. That killing the innocent animals was wrong in order to satisfy this bloodlust of this deity that Abel was worshiping. And that you could presuppose that Cain's thought was that Abel was worshiping the wrong deity, the deity of the bloodlust, the blood cult, to which did wind up taking over, because that's what most of y'all have come to worship, is the bloodlust cult God. As you read through Genesis and Exodus and so on and so forth, and even into your New Testament, having to have a human blood sacrifice. But that Cain was troubled because he knew that Abel had to be dealt with. That's why sin crouched at his door. You see, maybe the good deity to which Cain was worshiping was saying that, hey, look, man, you ain't got to kill him. Just go correct him. Go teach him something. But he was a little too angry. And then he went and killed Abel, but then was given protection from anybody seeking revenge towards Cain. Your God, this book, see, that's the conflict. It's as if two different gods are talking in the same book. But then Cain was given protection from a deity by placing a mark on him. You call him the Most High. So who was the deity Abel was worshiping? And then what was this deity? And obviously this Abel deity is the one that winds up winning. So there is a problem that needs to be satisfied within that thought process. And I'm going to think about that one. I'm going to use some critical thinking about that one for a much later video. But I love it, man. I appreciate it. Because I never thought about the fact, I guess it was lurking in my brain, but I never brought it fully out. But thank you for bringing it fully out. Because I do realize that the earth brings forth a better harvest than the animals and killing innocent animals. I've never been in agreement with killing the innocent animals. That has always been a bloodlust cult thing for me, and I've never really find it acceptable. And that Cain gained protection. See, I couldn't understand why Cain gained protection. There has to be two different deities. at work here. If you're saying Cain gained protection, it can't be from the same deity, because that would make that same deity contradict itself. But he then still was given this mark of protection after committing what people call the first murder, which they like to put Cain on this negative. And if you think about Cain's inheritors after that, they are the ones who, according to this book, began to use metalwork, began craftsmanship, went and built cities. They industrialized. They became more intelligent. The more intelligent group, the more civilized group. And the way that we say civilization, of grouping together and building cities and having a common laws and, you know, governments and things of that nature. Whilst Abel did, and then Seth, you know, his people just kept being, you know, farmers. Nothing wrong with farmers or sheep herders or animal husbandry. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having that job. Doesn't mean you're not civilized. But we see where ingenuity went and where ingenuity did not go. We saw where protection went and protection didn't go. And before anybody says it, no, the children of Seth are not the sons of God who came down to the daughters of men, which is Cain's family, and then created the Nephilim. That ain't got nothing to do with this story right here. But I like your thought, bro. So, hey, you keep on keeping on. I know you are different from me in our thought process, but in that one, I think we're going to walk hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, brothers in arms. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to remember, hey, I appreciate the gifts that everybody gives on TikTok, the stars on Facebook, the super thanks on YouTube. Keep sharing all the videos, subscribe, and remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations. My guy.